Yet Gurkhas have a world-class reputation as a highly skilled, well-disciplined assassin team. Their country is densely populated. Their religions are primarily Eastern, either a form of Buddhism or Hinduism. It is this background that lends itself to the Gurkhas' single-mindedness in their tasks and training. Coming from Nepal, the Gurkhas are not accustomed to any modern conveniences, not even the basics of running water. For them, what we would consider to be deprivation is a way of life. Gurkha mercenaries are homegrown, farm boy assassins. It is an honor for them to die in combat for their country or for their religious beliefs. Nepal is not a theocracy, yet every aspect of the people's lives centers around their religious beliefs. Throughout the country, statues are erected to various gods and goddesses of these religious beliefs. People will say prayers for a baby about to be born, for the success of a crop just planted, or to ward against evil spirits who would invade their homes at night. Or they might say a special prayer for the blessing of the good gods to protect them from the evil god Kali. The overpowering and menacing spirit of the evil god Kali is evident in the statues and paintings throughout Nepal. Kali must be appeased or satisfied. Oftentimes there will be a special altar in the village square where goats are sacrificed by cutting off their heads to ward off the evil Kali. The background of these peasant Nepalese Gurkha mercenaries would be of little concern if they were not conducting joint training with our military in our country. More disturbing is a provision in House Bill 3355, the 1994 Crime Bill, Section 5108, which says that not later than 6 months after the date of enactment of the bill, the Attorney General, along with the heads of the FBI, DEA, Immigration and Customs, are supposed to report on the success of the efforts to hire Royal Hong Kong police officers into federal law enforcement positions. What does this have to do with the Gurkhas? In an article in UPI on February 6, 1994, 7 Gurkha soldiers were awarded Britain's Victoria Cross for service during World War II. This article mentioned that these Gurkhas are currently serving with the British Army in Hong Kong, in other words, the Royal Hong Kong Police. This official news release from the Navy High Command, Atlantcom, further confirms that UN troops were training in this country this past spring in forcible entries of homes using special operations tactics. News releases from around the country speak of law enforcement and military training together for so-called terrorist suppression involving attacks on civilian facilities. Did you know that 49 of our most famous landmarks have been given to the United Nations as supposed biospheres? Yet many of these supposed biospheres are located outside military facilities and are used for covert UN military special operations training areas. On the border between the U.S. and Canada, we see the UN flag flying between the U.S. and Canadian flags. Throughout cities in America, UN flags are popping up outside government buildings. But perhaps most disturbing was this letter received by New American Magazine detailing a survey given to Marines at 29 Palms Base. We confirmed this survey was given to Army Special Operations recruits. The survey asked troops whether they would swear to the following code. I am a United Nations fighting person. I serve in the forces which maintain world peace and every nation's way of life. I am prepared to give my life in their defense. This survey also asked if these U.S. military men would fire upon U.S. citizens who refuse or resist confiscation of firearms banned by the U.S. government. The signs of the military being combined with or used as law enforcement are just about everywhere once you begin to look. We found these 2 military LCMs parked in St. Petersburg Harbor in April 1994. They are U.S. Army, parked outside of the new St. Petersburg Beach Police facility where they will patrol the waters. Did you notice the federal tax agents dressed like military patrolling the roads during the Waco siege, or the black military helicopters at each of the Indy 500 races for the past several years? In June this year, a hostage situation at Denny's in Indianapolis brought out the Indianapolis SWAT team dressed in full military battle fatigues carrying machine guns. Welcome to the New World Order, where military occupation is a way of life, as police with their machine guns and military battle fatigues or black assassin clothing are indistinguishable from the military that often accompany them. The White House proposes that the DEA and ATF be combined into one Gestapo federal police force. Yet this has already happened, as we have already seen in countless examples. We are being conditioned to accept combined military and law enforcement all around us, as we are told we shouldn't be concerned. Just as people in Alaska were told not to be concerned about the unidentified black uniformed military troops with machine guns making traffic stops this year either.